with coverage you can count on. Welcome to Erie News Now at 11.
Simon, thanks for being here with us on Erie News Now at 11. We begin with an Erie News Now exclusive. A Mill Creek woman is speaking out. Now the police are involved. Our Jacob Brooks has details tonight.
Minerva Villa hasn't seen her dog in days. She's had a Shih Tzu named Creamer for about a year, but this dog is more than a pet. She's her therapy dog.
So I have a tumor in my spine. I have diabetes. I have high blood pressure.
She took a nap after she got home from the hospital on Wednesday. When she woke up, Creamer was gone.
I went into a complete panic. I ran outside, literally barefooted in my PJs, calling her name, searching for her.
She couldn't find her.
I did look around thinking she would be around, but then found out she was taken. She was abducted.
She thinks she got through this ripped screen door of her apartment on West Ridge Road in Mill Creek.
I haven't been able to sleep. I've been sitting there with my door open, just thinking that she might just, they're going to bring her back and she might find her way home.
This is what Creamer looked like when she was taken.
She had a collar, her name tag, she had a purple bow on and a purple dress.
Villa says this is the car police are looking for. There was a man, a woman, and another dog inside. She says the car was seen around her complex when the abduction happened. The man in the car talked to a neighbor.
Told the neighbor that the dog looked thirsty and that they were going to take her to the Erie Humane Society.
The Humane Society says they never got the dog. Villa hopes she's okay and that someone will find her.
I just really want them to help me bring her home.
Jacob Brooks, Erie News Now.
And Mill Creek police are investigating this case. We reached out to them to get more information, but we have not heard yet. We turn now to weather coverage you can count on. John Stalen joins us live from the Weather Center. So, John, a lot going on this weekend. How is the weather looking?
Yeah, well, we're looking pretty good if you like rain, like us pluviophiles, a nice rain here or there. But so we head into the weekend. I understand a lot of folks have some outdoor activities. The good news is I don't think it's going to be a washout by any means. Take a look outside. We'll see these rain showers throughout the overnight and into tomorrow morning. So if the car windows were down, it would be raining out there. You'll see the weather graphics here as we talk about the smoke. 41, that's good, but we'll be moderate throughout the weekend, but not into the healthy area. So that, of course, good news for us. Presque Isle, this is Sarah's cam. We're looking down at the Ravine Flyer, 60 degrees out there, and you can see that we are expecting some rain showers throughout the night. Doppler Max 5D Storm Spotter, powered by Lecom, showing some light rain showers from the lake shore, higher elevations down into Venango County and into Chautauqua County as well. Right now, a little wet downtown. Was a busy night out there with the cars going on out there. AHN St. Vincent Cam, light rain showers, 60 degrees, winds out of the northeast at 12 miles an hour. Today's high. Yeah, it's been a cold end of spring. Remember, it's still spring, not officially summer just yet, and these temperatures won't really change all that much for tonight. Maybe a couple of areas into the 50s, but nonetheless, we'll be into the 60s as we head out the door in the morning. Have the umbrellas handy, cloudy skies otherwise, and a little breezy too. We'll have more on your forecast for the weekend coming up in just a few.
John, thanks. Tensions in the Middle East are boiling over after a dramatic escalation Thursday night. Israel has launched a wave of airstrikes on Iran's targets, taking out senior military officials and even nuclear scientists. The retaliation from Iran is unfolding as we speak. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Brendan Scalen has the latest this evening.
As many days as it takes. That's how long Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says a targeted military attack, dubbed Operation Rising Lion, will take.
This is a clear and present danger to Israel's very survival.
Israel claims new intelligence regarding nuclear capabilities and a surprise nuclear attack by Iran left them no choice.
Israel could not and would not wait for that moment to arrive.
Thursday, Israel struck key nuclear sites in Iran and killed senior military leaders and nuclear scientists. Iran wasted little time responding, launching over 100 drones Thursday and then about 100 ballistic missiles on Friday. 5 to 7 reportedly got through Israel's missile defense shield, populated cities like Tel Aviv bracing for the worst. The escalation threatens months of diplomacy. The U.S. had been deep in nuclear negotiations with Iran, 5 rounds completed and a 6th planned for Sunday, now canceled. President Trump saying Friday, quote, "I gave Iran chance after chance to make a deal. Iran must make a deal before there is nothing left." After saying this about Israel's plans to hit Iran before the strikes on Thursday.
Look, I want to have an agreement with Iran. We're fairly close to an agreement. I don't want them going in because I think that would blow it. Might help it, actually, but it also could blow it.
Policy experts I spoke with say the U.S. gave Iran every opportunity to come to the table and try to negotiate throughout these nuclear talks, but they tell me that Iran's reluctance to strike a deal is ultimately what led to these attacks.
And we saw the consequences. Iran had the chance to negotiate a deal. They did not. They were working on a nuclear bomb. They were hiding the fact that they were working on a nuclear bomb. And simply put, time ran out. Israel could not wait any longer.
Reporting in Washington, Brendan Scanlon, Erie News Now.
As of late this afternoon, the U.S. military is helping intercept missiles that Iran fired in retaliation at Israel, according to a U.S. official. And the president is throwing a military parade tomorrow to celebrate the Army's 250th birthday. Experts believe it could cost up to $45 million for the parade. While some say it's a chance to show off the world's strongest forces, others question the image this parade will send. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp reports.
In Saturday's military parade celebrating the Army's 250th birthday, visitors can expect to see tanks, thousands of marching soldiers, and flyovers as part of the parade. The day also happens to fall on President Donald Trump's 79th birthday, as well as Flag Day. Since his first term, the president has wanted a military parade, but critics on both sides of the aisle question the cost and imagery the parade sends.
It's the president's call. I wouldn't spend the money if it were me.
It's important that we recognize and celebrate the 250th anniversary of the United States Army, but it doesn't require this big and expensive of a display.
Others say the parade celebrates our military and can be used for recruitment.
It's an opportunity for the Army to show its stuff and to show its, so the young men and women and their influencers will consider their son or daughter or niece or nephew or student, whatever, to consider spending some time in the Army.
I don't think there's any greater boost to America's morale than when they see their men and women in uniform. Parades are big for American people. They showcase who we are as a country, not just our strength, but also how generous we are with the rest of the world.
I also spoke off camera with an active U.S. Army member who has served for nearly 18 years. They say that while it is important to honor this huge milestone for the U.S. Army, they don't think it's necessary to spend $25 to $45 million to amass critical war machines in our nation's capital. They also say that money could be spent elsewhere, like barracks upgrades or quality of life improvements for our service members. They also worry that watching a military parade in our nation's capital is more authoritarian than democratic. In Washington, D.C., Rachel Knapp, Erie News Now.
People 65 and older are the fastest growing demographic in the Commonwealth, and creating quality of life for individuals requires statewide planning and funding. Our Pennsylvania State Capitol correspondent Kara Jeffers reports.
The only thing we're doing every day is getting older, every one of us.
By 2034, senior citizens will outnumber kids under 18 in the United States, according to the AARP. To prepare for this population increase, Pennsylvania identified 8 needs for senior citizens in a 10-year Aging Our Way plan published in 2024.
It's housing, it's transportation, it's curb cuts and ramps so that things are accessible to older adults.
Pennsylvania's area agencies on aging are coordinating communities into action. 3 of those 8 needs require physical infrastructure, like transportation networks for seniors who can't drive anymore.
If you don't have reliable transportation, it's hard to get to work. It's hard to get to the grocery store and do the errands and doctor's appointments.
Other needs focus on education, fun socials, civic participation, and other ways to keep senior citizens plugged in.
If they stay at home and are just sitting on their couch watching television, they're too isolated, and that's when you get bad outcomes.
The state has made a plan, but the state has not increased funding for area agencies on aging since 2015.
We're trying to serve more people on the same amount of money that we've been receiving since 2015.
Agencies say that preparing for the future requires investment.
The services, the preventative services that we provide save dollars in the long run. It keeps people out of high-cost nursing home. It keeps people out of high-cost hospital stays.
In Harrisburg, I'm Kara Jeffers, Erie News Now.
Governor Josh Shapiro has proposed a $20 million increase in this year's budget. This is one more area advocates will be tracking in state budget negotiations. Today, 3 local Erie students competed in the state Civic Bee after winning in regionals earlier this year. This year's Civics Bee was held in State College, Pennsylvania. The Bee is hosted by the Pennsylvania Business and Industry Chamber. It encourages young students to learn about government and how policies shape their own communities. Erie had competitors Jason from James W. Parker Middle School and Casey from Erie Day School. The boys performed well but did not place for an award. It's day 2 of the U.S. Open down in Oakmont, Pennsylvania. But on day 1, our Mike Ruzzi and Philip Ward talked to locals who also made the trip.
As the U.S. Open continues to roll on at the Oakmont Country Club, Philip Ward, we continue to run into a lot of Erie residents.
As the scores continue to go up, the amount of Erie people we meet continues to go up as well. A very special one that we ran into. One of the marshals here, of course, men's Mercyhurst hockey coach, Rick Gotkin. Here's what he had to say.
Well, Mike, I'm a very, 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 very small part of this, but it's awesome. You know what? Obviously, these guys aren't good. They're crazy good, and the people out here couldn't be better. The USGA, Oakmont Country Club, the people in the media, it's a great experience.
Well, the marshals just sort of keep things going, pushing the crowds where they need to go and making sure that we can facilitate smooth play all day.
There's such a history of this. It's the 10th time Oakmont has hosted this U.S. Open. So what does it mean to be a part of it?
It's exciting. It's really cool. Pennsylvania's golf heritage is rich, and it's no richer than at Oakmont.
We couldn't do it without them. Basically, we've got maybe 3,000 volunteers out there and 10,000 on the waiting list. So it's a sought-after position, and we're very lucky. This is my 6th Open here, but to have a U.S. Open on your home golf course, any championship with the best players in the world, it's a real thrill, a real privilege.
Rick is part of a group from the Cockwood Club participating this week.
There's been a lot of them here. They're all out here marshaling, making sure that things go well. Of course, we're sponsored by Hyundai, Hallman, and we have a lot more coverage coming up tomorrow, day 3.
All right, for Philip Ward, I'm Mike Ruzzi. Now back to you.
Still to come on Erie News Now at 11, a baby deer was found in downtown Warren. That story is coming up after John's full forecast.
Now, First Warning Weather with John Stalen.
Weekend is here for a lot of folks across the area. You start with Doppler Max 5D storm spotter radar. Just some light showers in the 70-mile scan that we have of this radar from Pleasantville. And this is the way it's going to be through much of the nighttime. Just a light shower or so. And you can see here on Doppler Max as we take a look at what we show the NextRad, all the sites mixed together. And you can see here that we are experiencing some heavier showers. First warning weather futurecast showing some of those showers could get a little heavier as we head into the overnight. Still not going to roll out the little bit of chance of a rumble or two, but again, they shouldn't be severe in nature. So all in all, just some heavier downpours. And again, not making jokes here. Some people feel I do. Make sure those car windows are rolled up. Sometimes we leave them down as we leave the car and get home. So some of these heavier downpours could make it a little wet on the seat tomorrow morning if you're getting in the car. We do have some showers through the morning hours, and then we'll see some clearing as we hit towards the noon hour. And then you can see here maybe even some clearing skies as we head on into Saturday night. However, those clouds will come on back for a little bit on your Sunday. There is a spotty chance of a shower as we head inland, but again, I think your Father's Day is going to be pretty good. A light shower is possible, and we'll see sunshine by the end of the day, just in time for, of course, maybe a little backyard pool, slip and slide, or possibly some barbecuing weather for you. Looking not too bad. And for Saturday, any kind of storm risk is really negligible here into our area. We do have that chance of some thunderstorms, Meadville to the south and out towards Ashtabula. But other than that, any kind of storm will be pretty quiet, honestly. Weekend outlook for us. There's a lot here, so let's start. First, Flag Day is tomorrow in just a matter of hours. It's okay to fly your flag if it is raining, as long as the flag is made of all-weather material, like a nylon or a polyester. So there is that question sometimes. Display the flag from sunrise to sunset, and if you do show it at night, you must have a illuminating apparatus, a light, in other words. And then, of course, never let the flag touch the ground. So respect the flag that way. Tomorrow, Flag Day, USA. Also, Juneteenth, federal holiday next Thursday, but they're celebrating in Perry Square tomorrow. A slight chance of a shower. I think you'll be fine through it. Temperatures into the 70s. And a look ahead for Father's Day, we're improving that forecast to mostly cloudy skies and maybe a slight chance of a pop-up shower or rumble, but I think it'll be fairly dry that day. And if you're heading boating tomorrow, small craft advisory is in effect. Water temperatures at 64, but those waves maybe not going to be too fun for some folks. And if you're heading down 79, you got tickets, or you want to be part of the hoopla out there at the U.S. Open, do have some better chances of showers and thunderstorms, as you can see there, 70 to 80%, and temperatures will be fairly warm. Happening outside right now, some light rain showers out here in Mill Creek, Upper Peach Street for you. Gary Miller at the mall cam, and all in all, temperatures are reasonable and could be a little wet for tonight. So we'll just get to your 10-day outlook, and you'll see here for Flag Day, 72 degrees, 76 for Father's Day, slight chance of a shower. So isolated shower Monday, temperatures near 80. Look at this. This will be a humid, very summer-like day as we wrap up spring next week, and with the arrival of summer on Friday, temperatures around 72 degrees and a nice looking next weekend.
Thanks, John. Earlier tonight, Pennsylvania State Police Troop E held their Camp Cadet graduation at Allegheny College. 60 cadets ages 13 to 15 received diplomas from Troop E Commander Captain Dale Brown. The ceremony, led by Trooper Cindy Schick, included marching demonstrations at the Y Center, watched by hundreds of family and friends. 8 cadets earned special honors for standout performances during the 6-day camp, which featured physical training, mock crime scenes, and lessons in radar and traffic stops. Camp Cadet started back in 1972 in Harbor Creek. A baby deer spotted caught in between an alley between Northwest Bank and Key Bank in downtown Warren, and drew a crowd of concerned onlookers. Police and Pennsylvania Game Commission were called, but before officials arrived, a bystander took the fawn, believed to be, to a wildlife rehab center. Police remind residents to leave wildlife alone, noting deer and coyotes are not uncommon in the city due to its proximity to Allegheny National Forest.
I seen the deer all the way in the back, and the deer was very docile, came right up and ate out of my hand. And then there was a few people that stopped, a couple people that were helping, and they were concerned about the deer. So then we called 911, we called the police, we called game warden. We're concerned about the deer's welfare.
At this time, it's unclear where the fawn was taken or if its mother may return. Nationwide protests against President Donald Trump's policies are set to take place this weekend, including right here in Erie. And the Erie Police Department is on notice. Tomorrow, the group Erie Indivisibility is hosting a No Kings rally from 11 a.m. until noon at Frontier Park. The protests are meant to counter President Donald Trump's birthday celebration, which coincides with the military parade. Erie police tell us that they're beefing up patrols this weekend, and officers will be ready to respond to any illegal activity throughout the area. Also this weekend, Erie's Juneteenth celebration gets underway in Perry Square. The Heritage Festival honors the liberation of enslaved African Americans by celebrating the culture of the Black community. There will be live entertainment, local vendors, and family-friendly activities. The celebration kicks off tomorrow at 11 in Perry Square and runs until 7 p.m. Cruisetown Erie rolled into downtown earlier tonight, filling State Street with up to 1,000 classic cars, hot rods, and custom rides. Crowds enjoyed live music from 1st to 11 and a special display honoring Erie Insurance's 100th anniversary. The free event aimed to bring the community together around a shared love of horsepower. We spoke to one classic car owner who called the car remodeling his favorite hobby.
I just like building things, so this car was like a junkyard save, and I've just spent 4 or 5 years just doing different things to it here and there, and now it's where you see it now.
Will says car shows are a great way for community members to connect with others who share the same passion. Logan in tonight for John Leidick with a lot of action. Erie Seawolves back, hoping to avoid a back-to-back loss. Logan?
Yeah, that's right, Mackenzie. The Erie Seawolves are looking to try and get that not second straight loss. They've only had a few this season, trying to avoid that, get a win over the Altoona Curve. We'll have highlights from the game, plus a little bit of news for the Erie Otters and the Buffalo Bills finally getting one of their rookies signed to a deal.
Was talking about the maturity that Bo Burrows now has as a person. As time is called, that's a balk on Carlos Pena, called by the first base umpire. Pena not happy about it. Dixon scores on the ball. Run out of pitchers.
0-2 pitch, a swing and a miss for strike and 2 with nobody out. The pitch is crushed to left field. Chasing back is Big B. He looks up at the wall. That ball is gone. It's a 3-run shot for Kervin Pichardo as Altoona.
Now, from the Erie Sports Now team, here's Logan Lepiscopo.
Altoona looking to even the series at 2 games apiece, while the Seawolves have only lost back-to-back games 3 times this season, looking to hold it to that 3 times and keep their 2.5-game lead over the Akron Rubber Ducks. Game 4 of the 6-game series between the Seawolves and Curve. And it's the second series of the season. 2 runners in scoring position, and Brady Allen goes down staring, keeping the game scoreless. In the bottom of the 3rd, Altoona has runners on the corners, and Carlos Pena is called for a balk. So Altoona is gifted a run there, a 1-0 lead for the Curve. Then in the top of the 4th, Brady Allen is back up with 2 on and 2 outs, goes down swinging. The Seawolves strand another 2. And in the bottom of the 4th, Kervin Pichardo sending one deep to left field, and Justice Bigby's just going to have to keep on looking over the left field wall for a 3-run bomb, a 4-0 lead. Erie gets one on the board in the top of the 5th, but Valencia ends up getting caught in a pickle trying to round 3rd and head home. It would keep the score at 4-1, but another 2 runners left on base by Erie. And top of the 7th, bases full, nobody out. Valencia down swinging. Bigby called strike 3. Carlos Mendoza, fly ball, center field. Just the 4th time this season, Erie has taken back-to-back losses, leaving 12 runners on base and batting a mere 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position. As mentioned, news for the Erie Otters. Defenseman and projected 1st overall pick in the 2025 NHL entry draft, Matthew Schaefer, received the CHL Top Prospect Award, began back in 1991 to recognize the top eligible draft prospect from the Canadian Hockey League. Schaefer, the 2nd Erie Otter to receive this award, joining none other than Connor McDavid. Schaefer had an injury-shortened season in 2024-25, just 17 games, but averaged over a point a game. He now awaits the NHL draft on June 27.